today's Power Up Call. It's another great, wonderful Sunday. Sun is shining, at least here where I'm at. Got my sparkling water, which I apparently can't drink today. But I am surrounded by my friends, by my fellow members of the Copywriting Campus, those of you who are struggling and pushing forward to achieve more in your life. And I couldn't be happier. That's hilarious. This is going to be a good day. I'm going to talk about something that's core and crucial. This is something that, again, I teased that this would be central. I teased that this would be the core of the mindset that I'm helping you guys achieve. And it's all brought on by, you guys are funny in the chats. This is all brought on by a post that the OG made earlier today, within the last 24 hours. He said that there is a plague of cowardice among men today. And he speaks the truth. This is 100% true. The people in life who achieve what they want, the people in life who earn and create the life that they truly desire, are the ones who are brave enough to make it happen, right? Now, bravery is an interesting thing. Everyone wants to think that they are brave, right? We all want to think that we are the brave ones, that we're courageous. And this is probably nowhere more obvious than in the fight game, right? Most men, regardless of their training, like to think that if it came down to it, if it was life or death, that they'd be able to rise to the occasion and win. They'd all, if an intruder came in at night, I'd be ready to stand up and fight and do that. Like, everyone likes to think that. They like to be able to say that. Or they say to themselves, if that opportunity really came around, I'd definitely rise to the occasion. Or, hey, if I had the right client, or I found the right client, or I got a client, then I'd really start writing really good copy, right? You can see this parallel, this idea that a lot of people have. It's a lie you tell yourself. You cannot say that. You have not earned the right to say that when the time comes, you will rise to the occasion if you haven't made the brave choice on all the small decisions and all the small battles you fight day to day. What are you going to do? Suddenly decide to be brave? If you've never decided to be brave on the tiny things, if your alarm clock can defeat you, what makes you think you can defeat an opponent? It's ridiculous. If you don't have the ability to sit down and write one practice email during your beginning boot camp, and you think that you're going to be able to have the discipline and strength to sit down and write it for a client, you're lying to yourself. It's a delusion, right? Cowardice plagues men. The world is designed to turn you into a coward, right? Everything you consume, everything you watch in media, in movies, all of this stuff, it makes you weak, right? What Khabib is famous for saying this, right? He's like, too much movie makes the heart weak. It's true. Too much of the content that the world feeds you is designed to make your heart weak. It's designed to take away your character, designed to take away your natural courage. Courage is a habit. It is you seeing the right decision, seeing the difficult decision, seeing the risk that you need to take, experiencing the fear on the lower level of your consciousness, that part of yourself that isn't really you, and then having the higher part of your consciousness overrule that and force you to move forward anyways. That is what bravery truly is. Cowardice is the opposite. It is being overcome by the fear of doing something that you should. The fear of taking a risk, the fear of becoming what you know you should become, instead going somewhere else. It's that internal battle. You build your courage the same way you build your self-respect. One tiny battle at a time, one tiny victory over and over and over again until it becomes a habit. When fear or any other emotion rears its ugly head, you develop the ability to overcome that and move forward regardless, right? It does not matter how you feel. You do what you need to do anyways. That is courage. In many ways, courage and self-respect are very, very similar. We respect courage in others and we respect it in ourselves. So, like I said, today was going to be a really short video. I'll try and drink sparkling water again this time correctly. Let's see if I can do it. I succeeded. Look at that. Defeated my sparkling water the second time around. Courage is a decision. It's a habit. It's something you choose to develop, and you build a track record of it so that when you face that life or death situation, so that when you face that opportunity with the ideal client that if you get it right will change your life and turn you into a multi-millionaire, you are ready. You have developed the bravery on the small things so that you can be brave on the big things. You can't just be brave when it suits you. You have to become the man who is brave all the time. That is what God likes. That is what God smiles upon. If you choose to be brave, God will smile upon you and give you the things that you desire. He will give you the opportunities, and you'll be brave enough to take advantage of them. I believe that, at least. Here on Sunday morning, let's talk a little bit about God. Bravery is key. That's what God wants out of his sons. He wants brave sons, just like any father wants brave sons. So, to sum up, to wrap it all up in a nice little container, you want to be brave, you need to be brave. You cannot delude yourself into thinking you will be brave someday. You must choose to be brave now. You build your bravery into a habit, into a characteristic by choosing to be brave on all of the small decisions you face every single day, second by second, minute by minute. You build that habit, you build that characteristic, and you become brave. Another way you become brave is you cut off outside influences that are trying to poison you and weaken your heart. And you only consume things that will build your desire to be brave. A big life hack to this is spend time inside the copywriting campus, because you're surrounded by other men who are choosing to be brave, who are choosing to push forward, and that camaraderie and that shared sense of purpose, that shared sense of brotherhood will strengthen you as you move forward. And that's it. That's how you become brave. I'm going to share a quote or a story that is extremely, that was what first brought this to my mind. And it's from a book called The Gates of Fire. I read it a long time ago. It's a novel, historical fiction about the Gates of Thermopylae, the 300 Spartans. And it's told from the perspective of an outsider who kind of joins the Spartans. It's a great book, fantastic book. If you're driving or have any other kind of tedious task, it's a great one to listen to when you can't be doing actual work. But in the story, there's a part where this young boy is his family and his tribe is killed, and he's wandering, and he gets captured by he's trying to like steal some geese from like these farmers or something like that. They capture him and they literally crucify him. They nail him to a big giant like wall or something like that. Ruin his hands. He's in agony, and they're like, okay, we're going to come back and mutilate you in XYZ ways. And he screams and he cries and he weeps. And he had some friends that escaped this burning village with him, and they kind of like went and helped him and brought him down. And he was devastated after this because he broke down. He knew his job as a man was to be brave and valorous. He more than anything wanted to fight in the line, right, with the other Grecians against their enemies. And he knew that he had broken down. And his mentor was this old slave guy that was there with him, who had been a previous warrior captured. Anyways, I'm not going to go into the details of the story. It's a great book. Go read it. But he's complaining to his mentor. He's like, I broke down. I wasn't courageous. I wasn't brave. I'm not fit. I'm not a man. I think his name was Brucius, his slave. But his mentor turns to him and says, only gods and heroes are brave in isolation, right? You become brave when you have your town, you have your brothers on each side, you push forward, right? And to some degree, that's true, right? Now, I tend to limit the influence of that entire statement on me. I choose to believe that I will be brave even if I'm in isolation, assuming I lost all my brothers, all my friends, all the people I'm working with. I know that I still choose to be brave regardless of that, because I choose to be a hero. So I disregard that part of it. But the fact is, if you are by your brothers and they are all brave and they are counting on you to be brave, and you have this mutual concern for each other, like we have inside the Legions, like we have inside the copywriting campus, then it's much easier for you to be brave on those smaller battles and to win. It's much easier for you to build that character trait of bravery, so that no matter what happens, no matter where you are, you will always choose to do the right thing. We all know what the right thing is to do. It's just a matter of whether or not you will choose to be brave or choose to be a coward. Will you choose to rise to the occasion or something else? For me, and for the men I pay attention to, the men I train with, and the men I work with inside this campus, I hope you all choose to be brave. It's been a good call this morning. We've got a lot of great things to do this Sunday. I will talk to you guys later. We have many amazing opportunities to learn and grow and do great things today. Hope you all take advantage of them. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.